Okay, so I'm gonna take a guess and say that just about everyone in this room lives on campus. With living on campus, that probably means just about everyone in this room also has a car on campus. With having a car on campus, we've all had to go through the Adrian College parking permit process. The best, right? So essentially, the parking pass is literally just a sticker you're supposed to put on your back windshield, and it indicates where you're allowed to park throughout campus based on where you live. So the purpose of this speech is to highlight why the campus's parking is so terrible amongst our school and others. As written in the Adrian College Student Handbook, parking on college property is a privilege, not a right. I don't know about you guys, but I hate when I get back to campus late and there's nowhere to park next to my dorm. I'm just aimlessly driving in circles trying to, double check and make sure there's really no open spots. There's been a few times I've just sucked it up, parked in the street, and accepted the fact that I was gonna get that $25 ticket, because paying that ticket was a lot easier than having to park halfway around campus and then walk alone in the dark and cold just to get back to my dorm because there was no open spots. I'm credible because I'm a sophomore attending Adrian College and I pay the parking pass fee. Need. The fact that we're paying $200+ for a parking permit should mean we're able to park wherever we find possible, not just in the, let's say, 100 spots they give us to choose from. There's different parking pass stickers based on if you live in an apartment or a dorm and which apartment or dorm. Each pass includes 3 to 4 possible parking lot options. And with those options, normally at least one of them is going to be closest to where you're residing. The other options are typically just overflow lots that are on everyone's pass that everyone is told to park in when there's nowhere else to park. So, like I said, they're overflow lots that also are full. Just alone for me, there's 5 dorm buildings that circle my parking lot that I prefer to park in. That's a lot of kids trying to park in one same shared space in one day. On top of paying a hefty fee, when we do decide to just suck it up and park in the street, we're also charged an additional ticket fee for parking in the street. And it's not just an Adrian College rule to park in the street, it's like an actual city rule. We cannot park in the street certain times of the day on certain streets because of the housing. Delaney McNone, junior psychology major from Weatherford, said it takes her 10 to 15 minutes to find a place to park, and then another 10 minutes just to get to class because of how far she has to park in the September 2021 issue of The Optimist. According to mandatory.com, a website that reports on local issues, also stated, lack of campus parking leads directly to less productive classes because students and faculty are showing up later because of the parking issue. While neither of these articles happened directly at Adrian College, it shows the fact that we are not the only school experiencing these issues, and it's still appropriate to our school. This information also implies that there needs to be a bigger change because we are not the only school experiencing the issue. If the colleges were more resourceful and managed the money better, the solution could actually be a lot simpler than they make it out to be. Satisfaction. The money we're required to pay for the parking permit to begin with should be the money that's put towards improving parking lots and parking spaces for the students, you would think. I understand that this would be costly, but 50 students alone is already $10,000 if we're all paying $200 for a parking pass. That's well over $300,000 worth of money just for paying for a sticker that goes on the back of your car. Not including the money that the academic and athletic staff and departments pay, coaches, teachers, teacher adjacents, they all pay for a parking pass as well. So that could also be money incorporated to fixing their parking lots and making their parking spaces bigger as well. Instead of spending so much money on all the pretty flowers around campus, maybe the administration board and the president could put that money towards something more useful for its students and faculty. According to Florida State University first-year student Hannah Kreller, who owns a car on campus, Florida State students are in dire need of a new parking garage on campus. Parking is frustrating. Colleges worldwide are affected by this issue and the horrors of not having enough sufficient parking spaces for its students. The research from Florida State University implies the worldwide effect in the fact that it's time for a solution or maybe a compromise. Maybe our school could lessen up on the ticketing fact when we park in the street. Maybe on school weeks or school days, we could be able to park on the street overnight, and maybe on weekends is when they would give us the ticket only. The follow through on this issue could be positive for many people and cause less stress. Visualization. With the parking situation being fixed, it would definitely be less stressful, not only for the students living on campus, but for the commuters, visitors, other schools that come for sporting events. Creating more parking spaces or new parking lots in general would positively be better than the current situation because it would create more space. When purchasing a parking permit, it should ensure everyone gets a parking spot that is usable and reasonable to where they are living. Action. You guys being an audience of students means that you can find a pre-existing petition, or you can be a little creative and make your own petition if you'd like, online or in paper. You could talk to the school board, even have maybe some of the teachers sign it if they see fit. This will hopefully finally open the eyes of not only other students, but teachers, school board, alumni, hopefully the president too. The claim of this policy states each student and faculty needs to register their vehicle to park on campus, but we should be able to park wherever we find appropriately suitable around campus, as it would create less stress among students and staff. One signature on a petition can go farther than you know. To prevent our money from going to waste, take this situation sincerely. Thank you.